Podcast, Ludcast, Doopity-Dodcast. We've got the perfect flotation broadcast. Podcast, Ludcast, Doopity-Doocast. If you are wise, you'll have questions to ask. What do you get mixing water with salt? Making the densest magnesium malt. Where are you at when you see like a bat? You know that nothing will come of that. I can't feel a drop of it.
All right. Graham. I'm Graham.
Ashkahn.
Right over here.
Over here is Ashkahn.
And
feeling good today.
Our third guest, the question.
Oh,
Give it up.
I panicked for a second because I was like, no, we don't have a third microphone set up.
It's okay. We'll lend our mics to the question. So today's is, I've heard you guys are into barter. I love barter. Yeah. Any tips?
Well, what are you going to give us for it?
Yeah.
What's a barter joke?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we're into barter.
Yeah, we like it. It's cool.
Let's
talk about how cool barter is and then get into some tips that we have.
Oh, okay.
Because my biggest tip is that you should really consider doing it. Like,
yeah. I mean,
I
it's
think it's
cool
great.
because you get stuff in exchange for floats.
And
if that doesn't sound cool to you, then I'm not sure how I could explain this in a better way. Like, you give someone floats and they give you back stuff that you want.
And I think it has this nice factor of also allowing more people to float. Because if they don't have money in their pocketbook right now to actually come in and hop in the tank, maybe they have stuff or maybe they have a service that they could lend you that would be worth it to you for a float. And making it more accessible is kind of what I think floating should be all about. So I just like the philosophy of accepting barter as well from the customer perspective.
And it's cool, we do a barter and we barter for things that maybe like the two of us are not necessarily going to use, but we have a whole shop full of people and like someone might be really excited about it. Or if no one in our shop is excited about it, we can give it to like members or, our customers it's not like we're ever getting stuff that we just don't know what to do with. Like there's always going to be some way to like give it to someone or do something cool with it. So
yeah. So what are some cool examples of things we bartered with throughout the year? I mean, there's things like food and beverage, right? We've set up barters with different breweries and gotten beer for parties and things like that.
Yeah, bartered for, we used to barter for tea that we would serve our customers or...
Yeah, and the muffins and pastries that they would eat as well. Used to barter for some ongoing cleaning services.
Yeah, some video work. When we made that restroom video, that was, the guy who did all the video work owed us a video because we gave him like 10 floats for Christmas presents that he needed like the year before. Like that was just a barter exchange that paid off for us.
Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes too, the restroom video, in case you haven't seen our small stint at float tank manufacturing. I one time bartered for a cane sword and for a swordsmith to sharpen the cane sword. Which is pretty good.
Artwork, we've gotten a lot of art. Like someone actually once just like showed up to our shop having flown in from somewhere else with this piece of artwork. She told me the story. She's like, I flew here. I just heard you guys like traded art for floats and I wasn't sure, but I made you this like painting and I carried it here from Arizona, like on the plane. Like, is that right? Like, and I looked at him like, yeah, absolutely. Like get in the tank. Like this thing's awesome.
Yeah, we've had people actually barter songs with us for floats. And the point here is half like you can, and again, we didn't even talk about things like massage, acupuncture, all those other wellness services that so obviously kind of make a nice one-to-one barter with floating.
Right. And it's good because like those are great people to get floating too. And they're going to be telling people all about it.
Which is awesome. And I mean, the reason that a lot of this stuff works, especially for us, is because a lot of our cost comes in being open at all. We have really high overhead costs, especially in staffing, just kind of having our doors open to the public. And then the individual cost per float to us is relatively low. So as long as you're at less than, like 70, 80% capacity, bartering with, even a decent amount of floats as far as your schedule goes doesn't have a huge impact. You're not like taking away tanks from full price paying customers or anything like that. So just kind of like the nature of the beast of the business model of floating yields itself really well to, I think, barters that don't like break our own bank or put a burden on our business or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a good business for it.
All right, so there's the kind of cool stuff and the little teaser to get you all excited about maybe bartering yourself. And, the other side is that there's financial obligations that we have in the world, and especially to people who take our taxes. and there's many different ways that barter exchange are kind of dealt with. And I'm sure internationally it gets even crazier, and can differ area to area and state to state. So
we really only know the U.S., but the kind of the cool thing is there is a way to legally do all this. You can barter, and you can put that barter in your taxes when you submit. Like, there's an actual official process for this entire thing. Like, bartering doesn't necessarily just have to, by its nature, be like under the table or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more formality that comes with the kind of official process, which in some cases can make things a little bit more difficult when you're doing some kind of looser, more abstract barter. But basically, you just claim the barter as if it's income. And the way that you do that is the term that they use is something called the fair market value. So for a really simple case like a massage, right? This is maybe a massage therapist that already has an up and running business, that has a website, that has sessions that already have set prices. You're basically trying to say, what is the monetary value of this thing you're getting as a barter? And so in some cases, it's extremely clearly defined. Like, if they're selling it to a bunch of people for a set price already, like, that's the fair market value of that item. And that's what you would claim on your books as what you were getting, the fair market value of basically, instead of getting, $60 of income, you're getting $60 of income as a massage. And that'll add to the income on your balance sheet, which, if you have nothing else to offset that, it could lead to, paying some taxes on it. That's basically the kind of part that comes with the income going on your books.
Yeah, the man wants his money. And this is all stuff that you should talk to your CPA about, and they can really help you get this all in line and make sure that you're keeping the right paperwork for it, and that you know exactly what to actually claim and declare and things like that. But it's all in all, it's not actually too crazy a process. It involves a little more bookkeeping, a little more money out the door to taxes, but you're doing everything totally right. I mean, at that point, you can actually advertise that you do barter and accept it, and there's nothing, again, like Ashkahn said, kind of under the table about it. This is all on the level, which is also totally what I advise you to do. Kind of doing everything above board. I always think of it as like the tax on us for being such a weird business inherently, is that the more that we do stuff that is actually in line with, like, that we kind of get rid of that gray area of running a business, then just the better for us. And for a reputation as an industry, so.
Yeah, and the tricky thing that comes with bartering is, as you're trying to figure out more complex transactions, there's just less information out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a small enough part of what the IRS is dealing with that there's not like this robust literature on all of the nuance of tracking barter, as much as we can tell. There's a couple CPAs and lawyers out there that really focus on this and figure some stuff out. But at the end of the day, there's kind of a bigger gray area there than there is in a lot of other sections of tax code. So, even with the fair market value thing, if you're trading someone 100 floats for 100 of something, where's the fair market value then? Because you wouldn't sell someone 100 floats for full price, right?
Yeah.
We do all these bulk discounts and memberships, and that's all part of the free market and the fair market value of our products.
And let's say the massage was $40, but the float is $60, which do you
You're not doing an even exchange.
Yeah.
And so, and again, we don't have all of the answers to those questions exactly. And in some cases, just because this stuff gets technical and we don't know it. And in other cases, just because there aren't clearly defined answers to some of those questions out there.
Yep, and it really can change depending on the area you're in as well. There are national laws about bartering, but different states can have their own rules and regulations as well around it. So, always be sure to check in your area, even if you do trust absolutely everything that we've said up until now, which, God help you.
So it's really cool. It's really fun to do. We've had a lot of success bartering with people, and people have been very thankful, and we've been super thankful to be able to barter for some of the stuff that we've gotten as a business. It's been really helpful to us over the years too.
Yeah, one of our earliest utility sinks and the installation.
So when you get into that when it clicks, when it works for both people involved and both people feel like they're getting a really cool benefit from it, then it's a really great way of doing business. And then there is an actual like way to do it all totally legit.
And you should.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And just, barter for some CPA help if you don't know how to get through the next few steps.
Which is when I've been trying to do that. I'm like, hey, maybe we could just trade you floats for you telling us how to trade these floats with you. But no one's taken us up on it yet.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm going to tell you guys, look, this is a secret. I don't usually let people in on this one, but go open a browser right now and type in floatanksolutions.com, then type in a / and then a podcast. And you go there and you see what happens.
What are you going to see?
What?
You're not going to let them know?
I'm contractually obligated to not let them know.
Okay.
Yeah, you had me sign that paper just a few hours ago. I don't know. You don't remember
paper
this.
said to not talk about the paper, okay?
Shit.
All right.
Bye.